What is up, everybody? This is Goodman. I'm signing back on for another video. So, a little update. Last time we spoke, I'm pretty sure, maybe not the last time we spoke, but a couple times ago, I told you about the pneumonia that I was suffering from that I got from underneath my house. Working on it, I am almost all the way better. I'm still not 100%. I actually had to go to the ER this past Saturday because I was having breathing problems again, which is not good. But I think I am over the hill. We got some more, it was like steroids is what I needed. So I got some steroids, oral steroids, so that helped out a whole lot, but it didn't make my heart race, so I have not been sleeping that well. But yet Colby is here making videos, and I am here to commentate on the videos that I have made. So we're gonna get into these videos. Thank you all for the nice words and comments about hoping that my pneumonia gets better. I hope it does too. And we're almost there. I'm working again, so I'll start filming and everything like that. Some more. Like I said, I think I've teased it before. We have a big series that I want to do where we're taking a house. It's a really, really bad house. We're going to take it all the way back from where it is now to making it actually like a Section 8 rental. I'm going to take you guys through the whole process of fixing it. I'm going to take you the whole process of the paperwork and what it's like here in Birmingham to do that kind of stuff. So if you're not in Birmingham, yeah, you may be like, well, that's not going to really help me out a lot. Well, I think it will still, because I think a lot of this stuff is kind of the same. But anyway, that's kind of my intro with this one. Let's get into this video, which is me refinishing a tub once again. We already did this one. Mahmoud did it last time, but I went back and looked at what he had done, and wasn't the best work, right? And also we failed on this one because it was still peeling. And I told him that he didn't really have to worry about it that much. So it's like 90% my fault, 10% his fault. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how actually you should be refinishing these tubs if you use the Rust-Oleum toughest tile or tub and tile refinishing kit you can get at Home Depot, okay? So this is the way that you should be doing it. So let's get into the video. So getting back to this house, this college house. Actually, I just got a call the other night that this house, the police was trying to break down the door because I don't know what it is. Either the former tenant or somebody thinks that there's a guy who's committed capital murder who has been living in this house, but none of my tenants have. So I don't really know what's going on with that. It's neither here nor there. But anyway, so this tub, the way it looks right now, you'd be like, wow, that actually looks really good. Why did it fail? Because there's a lot of chips and stuff. The other thing that failed was this exhaust fan right up there. So what I have to do is just screw that thing back up into the ceiling. It was very simple. Wasn't that big of a deal, so I didn't really film it. But that was the other thing that we failed on because I completely forgot to do it. So now what I've done is I got one of these big industrial scrapers, not industrial, but bigger scrapers. And I use this to get off the big flaky parts, okay? The really, really big flaky parts that I told Mahmoud, don't worry about, just paint over, it'll be perfectly fine. And it wasn't perfectly fine, that was my fault. So after we get all those big chunks off, we start vacuuming. The big chunks are what needs to come off. That's the biggest part. Now also, take it from a guy who has gone under his house, gotten pneumonia, been down for, this is now a week, a little bit over a week I've been down. I'm working again, but it was a long time coming back to this point. And if you hear all the scratching noise in the background, it's my cat. Wear protective stuff here. And actually, right here in this video, it's amazing that I actually thought about this because I've done these refinishing things a lot, and I never will wear stuff like this. But I got to sand this thing down. So what I did was I have my electric sander, and I was like, I don't want any of these dust particles on my kids. I don't want any of those dust particles on me. I especially don't want them in my lungs, but I don't want them on my skin either. So I went ahead and got one of these painting coverall things, just so I'm completely covered, don't have to worry about anything like that. It cost me an extra maybe $16. $16 versus the $45 copay to go to the doctor that I paid twice, plus probably the copay from the emergency room, which is like $200. So I'll take $16 any day, as well as the respirator I'm wearing. It's a nice one. It's one of the full face mask ones. Those were like $50 when I bought it back in like 2021. So they're probably like $1,000 now with inflation. Thank you, Biden. But anyway, so all the protective gear, get that on, okay? Now I'm using, I'm scuffing with my hands just to get the edges and stuff. Because I forgot I had one of these. I can't remember what it was. Oh, and the best part is right here where I'm sanding, I don't even have the pad on it. I forgot to put the pad, so I'm just sanding with Velcro right now, or the hook and loop material. I actually did okay, but then I was like halfway through it, I was like, why is this not coming off? Anyway, put the pad back on. It worked a lot better that time. I'm getting all the edges is what I'm doing with this and why I'm doing it this way. Because I'm just making sure when you're sanding, you're not trying to get everything like perfect, like where everything is the exact, like, or you get down to bare metal or anything like that. What you're trying to do is make sure there's no like really high ridges. You want it to all kind of just flow where your hand can kind of glide over. It's like with sheetrock. You don't have to make everything like perfectly level on the same plane, but you just don't want it to be like, woo, like big, huge, like ridges where you come off of them. And you're just making it smooth and also giving it a nice surface to adhere to. The prep is where it's all it matters in this, okay? Like the painting part is easy. It takes 10 seconds to paint this thing with the refinisher, but it takes a long time to prep it. And the prep on this one, I took a lot of time to do it, sanding, vacuuming, wiping down, making sure everything was clean this time because again, I'm not failing again because of something like this. And also, I really want to see how well this stuff holds up when I do everything exactly the way I'm supposed to do it. Because a lot of times we'll just slap this stuff together and we're just done and we just move on with it. But I really want to see after refinishing it perfectly, really sanding everything down, prepping the surface the correct way, getting everything going, how well this stuff will hold up and how many years it will hold up, if it will be years or if it will only be months. And if it's only months, again, it's like, really, is it worth doing this stuff over and over and over again? Probably not. But tenant's been in there for about a month now, I think, on this house. So I haven't heard any complaints about it. I think there's only been like a leak in the ceiling. That's all she's complained about. So, we've taken care of that, and that's a good thing. So anyway, more sanding done right here, as you can see. And like I said, I think I did like 60 first just to get everything down, and then it was like 120 or 150. And then lots and lots of vacuuming. Lots of vacuuming. And it's little dust particles too, so make sure you get all those. You gotta get the right stuff, okay? You gotta get the right filters, you gotta get all that good stuff, which I never like to get, but in this case I did. Got the big fan there so we can get this thing really going when we want to get it drying. That's the biggest thing, is like the dry time, because I wasn't about to sit out here for like 5 hours waiting for this thing to dry. And at the time of this video filming, this was probably like, I don't know, August or September. So it was very, very hot in Alabama. So, but the problem was it was humid. So humidity makes it so we're not going to really dry very fast, which stinks. I love how I'm using if my dad saw this video with me using the paint roller as a hammer, I would never hear the end of that stuff. But this stuff, I think I've talked about this stuff, this tub and tile like refinisher. It's super simple to use. It really, you just put the one part into the other part, and then you start rolling it on. It's very, very simple. Patience, that's all you really need with that. But again, the prep is where it's always, everyone says that, oh, it's all about the prep, it's all about, but it really is all about the prep in this case. Because I've done this 1,000 times and 998 times, which is the majority of the times, I never prep correctly. And so then we never have good adhesion. It always looks horrible. It always chips off. And then I'm sitting there like, oh, whatever. But anyway, I let it dry, let it sit there for a while. And then I headed back to the house to make sure that everything was good, to check on it, to make sure we could do a second coat. And to my surprise, coming back, it was nice and dry, and I could actually get this thing going. Usually when I come back to these paint projects, like when it comes to the floors, or when it comes to like painting walls, I'll come back and everything will still be wet. And it really is disappointing. In this case, though, it was really nice that we didn't have to worry about that. I always wonder about those big windows. Like, really bad idea to have in the hood, but no one's broken into the house yet, so I mean, I guess I'll give it to myself that that's a-okay. Doesn't really matter. Sorry I'm yawning so much. I have a newborn in the house, 3 weeks old, and we are up late at night with him, and I am just tired from all of this stuff that's been going on, so you'll have to forgive me listening to Cigar Authority, as you see on the screen right there. Anyway, so moving back into the back bathroom again to check on the tub. Everything is nice and dry. I don't think I have to sand this. I think you just put the second coat on. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what the instructions say. I'm pretty sure that you can just go ahead and put a second coat on. and call it a day. And did I do the sink too? No, I didn't do the sink. I think I was just doing the tub. The tub was the only thing that needed to be redone. It was the tub, and then I forgot to put the exhaust fan cover back up. It was just hanging down a little bit, and all I had to do was go whoop, and I totally forgot to do it the first time around for reinspection. And so I'm sure she thought that I was being really rude by forgetting that, but you know, it happens. So got that taken care of, and now we're getting our used gloves on because I am not a man to waste a pair of gloves. Okay, if the gloves seem to still be workable, then we're gonna use them. And we're gonna work them. I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. It is my bad. I hate when people do that. But 'tis life, I suppose. Anyway, I mean, if we could hurry this up, I guess, or we're just gonna sit here and stare at me staring at this tub and tile thing to get this thing going. Whatever. Anywho, so get this thing up, get the second coat on. It's super simple, folks. But again, the big thing is we got to see how good is this stuff going to be. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? You have to go with, especially with the Section 8 stuff, is you got to find the things that, yes, this is only like 40 or 50 bucks to get this, but it's still time, right? It's a lot of time to put into this. And if you're doing this constantly, then you're losing money because you need to be doing stuff besides going back to houses to be like, oh my gosh, I have to redo another tub that just messed up because I didn't do the right thing, okay? In this case, I don't think we're gonna have to do that, but across the board, it happens with a lot of stuff. Just be cognizant of it. But anyway, we're getting to the end of this video. Everything turned out good in the end. You'll see the end result and all that stuff. I'd like to thank you guys again for the nice comments that you all left about the pneumonia stuff. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Colby for getting videos up. And like I said, this house is coming together. We have it rented now, but we're gonna see the end product here soon. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Comment a lot. I'll comment back. I'll try at least. And I guess with that, all I can say is that that tub looks pretty fantastic. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
This is Goodman, back with another Suck It Up!